I'm here with Tori Peck, and we are at Race Central, which will be Race Central on April 21st, coming up here in 2013 for the Claremont, benefiting the Claremont Mesa Kiwanis Foundation, an organization. It's the Fasttimes 5K. So, Tori, tell me a little bit about why this race is important to you, how you became involved in it, and just give our listeners and viewers some information on you.
Well, my dad, Alan Peck, is the president of Claremont Kiwanis. And not only was this race his idea to benefit Claremont education, but he's the one who originally got me running when I was a little kid. So he would say, okay, one block, come on, you can do it. And next thing you know, we're running miles together and having a great time. And over the course of time, we haven't run as much together, but what we recently started doing several years ago is we would at least do a turkey trot every year together. So running has always been very important to me, important to him, and important to us as a family. And then to be able to give back and give to education in the community is just a coup. It's just the way we want it.
That's great. So basically, running has become like a bonding mechanism for your family, which is great. And that's why the race is slated as a community race, a community event. They're encouraging people of all ages, families, bring your kids, come out. There's going to be 3 different divisions. It's going to be a 2-loop course here in beautiful Mission Bay. So are you going to run this with any of your family members or any special training partners that you have?
My training partner, of course, is my black lab. So, he's helping me get ready for it. But I probably I might be able to talk my dad into doing it, although he might be a little bit busy that day. But I do have some friends that are going to run as well. I have many friends that run. It's something that's important to us as well. So something we like to do on weekend mornings, and it is a great way to bond and get exercise, and it's also fun to see different parts of your community depending on where you like to run. And there's nothing better than Mission Bay. This is a beautiful course. It's nice and flat. It's great for all levels of racing, whether you're just starting out or whether you've been running for your whole life. And it's just beautiful. I mean, you can't have a better view than this. So it's going to be really nice. It'll be in the spring, so it'll be perfect.
Going to be a wonderful, beautiful venue. So it sounds like you're really active. What other things do you like to do outside besides running? I know you have a lot of special interests, and I'm sure our viewers would love to hear about it. So I'd love for you to share that with us.
Well, my other big passion is my horse. I have a horse, so I do a lot of horseback riding, and anything on a trail I love to do, whether it's hiking or walking or running. That's probably my next biggest passion. So yeah, my horse, my dog. What can I say?
So for viewers that do not know, you are an award-winning announcer, award-winning broadcaster, award-winning host of programs. So tell us a little bit more about that, just to give our viewers some insight into what you do when you're not being active.
Right. Well, what I do for work, I am in radio, and I have been for about 10 years now. I started off wanting to get into voiceover acting. And so I broke in somehow, some way, doing radio and television commercials, and I knew I needed to supplement my income. And so one day I was driving along, and I thought, I could be a traffic reporter, couldn't I? So I kind of did some investigation, and I begged and pleaded my way in, and I started answering phones and producing work behind the scenes. And a couple months later, I was on the air doing traffic reporting, and next thing you know, I was full time. And along the way of traffic reporting for a variety of radio stations, I had one of my stations hired me on as part of their morning show. And so I did that for about 5 years, and it was so much fun and lots of work, and it was the best experience ever. And since then, and that's where I won the award, was from that morning show. And since then, I've gone back to my roots of traffic reporting. I do some news and weather, and voice acting, which is one of my big loves. And I play music too. I DJ as well. I just love all aspects of the business, and including the producing and editing aspect. So it's a really fun business to be in. It's changed a lot over the years, but if you can just make it work for you, it's great, and the people are amazing. So much fun to work with. So I'm very fortunate.
You've had an amazing career. You're very multi-talented. You have a lot of disciplines that you're really active in terms of your own career and then outside your career. So you touched on something I think is really important for our viewers, that you've seen a lot of change and growth in San Diego being in this market. What are some of the positive things that you've seen happen, first of all, and some of the things that you would like to still see happen, being on the pulse of everything that is going on in the city?
Yeah. Well, I'm born and raised here, which is it's kind of rare these days. You know, we've got a lot of people from somewhere else. So especially downtown in the Gaslamp Corridor, you know, to see that go from a place you'd never really want to hang out to one of the most popular places to hang out. And the ballpark being there whether you wanted it or whether you didn't, the increase in business that it's given to us as a community, not only downtown but the surrounding areas. So some of the areas that maybe weren't as popular are now becoming more popular, and it's really helped grow a lot of the outside external neighborhoods. You know, a part that was so scary east of downtown is now called East Village, and there are yoga studios there. And I'd like to see that continue. I'd like to see that keep growing east and south, and some of the neighborhoods that aren't quite as popular or maybe lower income, I'd like to see that grow for those neighborhoods as well. And so all of those families, it's all families surrounding there, can really benefit from what is being brought to our downtown San Diego. And I'd really like to see it across the county, you know, North County and everywhere, all over. So, but especially centralized there, I can see that growth, and it's being a very positive thing.
Those are all great points. I was actually raised in San Diego myself, which is very rare. High five, as you said. We were talking about the days that we both spent living in Pacific Beach. Who hasn't lived in Pacific Beach at some point? And then you decide, okay, I need to move on. I'm not 25 anymore. So I've seen a lot of change as well, and I think those are all brilliant points that you brought up. You know, San Diego is a thriving community, and it brings so many people here. Every time I travel and come back, people say, you are so fortunate to live where you do. Do you have any plans of leaving San Diego? Are you happily based here? What are your, you know, kind of your future plans for yourself and your career, and, you know, maybe places you'd like to go? Tell us a little bit more about that.
I plan on staying here. I have no desire to. I love it here. I always have. My family's here. Everything's here. My roots are deep. But I'm always open to opportunities and ideas. It would have to be a darn good reason to leave, though. It really would. I have some family in the Northwest, and I think it's beautiful there. And I love to go and see them and be there at least once or twice a year. And, you know, if at some point I decide, you know, I'm going to, you know, way down the road retire, and maybe that's where I want to go, it's possible. But this is home. San Diego is home, and I love it here.
It's an amazing community. We're very fortunate. We have so many places to be outdoors, whether it's, you know, hiking in Mission Trails, or running out here in Mission Bay, or up in North County running along 101, or going for a swim in the Pacific. It's why it really is the multi-sport triathlon, you know, central hub of the world. Everyone comes here to train. So have you ever thought about doing a triathlon, or have you done one? Have you gotten the bug yet? This weekend is Ironman in Kona. So Ironman World Championship. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've done one small triathlon, the Jamba Juice. It's here in Mission Bay. And that was about 5 or 6 years ago. And it was so much fun. I had a friend who does triathlons get me into it, trained with me, and I love everything about it. The bonding of the training with friends. I like the brick workouts. I didn't know what that was, and that's a lot of fun. You know, run and then bike right after, and you know, you feel like your legs are going to fall off. And the swimming part, which I'm not a strong swimmer, so to train for that was just such an accomplishment. And I'll tell you, doing a triathlon, that's no easy feat. Just finishing the swimming for me was, I feel like I won right there. But to accomplish that, finish something like that was fantastic. So I've done one, and it was a while ago, and I definitely have the bug of exercise and accomplishing goals, but I kind of am into the variety. So I may do one again, but I probably won't do it consistently. I like to try all kinds of different things. Running has been my consistent, though. That'll continue to do.
So So running is your consistent sport that you like to stick with and be outside because, like I said before, you are multifaceted. So that's why I thought maybe you've done a triathlon. People always ask me, when are you going to do one? Said, I'd love to, but it's just the swimming and biking part. I'm pretty good with my noodle in the pool and my pink beach cruiser around Mission Bay.
Right.
So I'll stick with that for now. But you've gone way beyond that and already experienced the triathlon. So is there anything else that you would like to do? You do so many outdoor events. Is there anything you haven't done yet that you're just like, I gotta do it, it's on my bucket list, I don't care what else happens, I'm gonna get it done?
Yeah, I think that there's something I'm afraid of, and that is scuba diving. I am afraid of every aspect of it. I can swim, but the thought of letting something else breathe for me just terrifies me. However, I love snorkeling, and to be able to see all of the amazing sea life and creatures, that I think that that fear has to get conquered at some point. Maybe not tomorrow, but at some point.
So our next interview, you will have gone on a scuba excursion somewhere. Well, Tori, it's been a true pleasure. Thank you for spending some time with us this beautiful afternoon right here at Race Central for the Fasttimes 5K. And tell your father to get out there and maybe take a break and run with you. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for having me, and I really look forward to race day. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Once again, that's April 21st coming up, the Fasttimes 5K. We'll see everyone out there from San Diego Race TV. This has been Milena Glusac. Have a great day.